We are moving steadily closer to the switch to make One Piece Patreon exclusive. There's still around 3,500 of you loyal YouTube watchers who have not moved over to create free accounts, so please make sure to do that. I'll keep reminding you as we progress through to the final YouTube video covering part 70, and then part 71 will be on Patreon exclusively for good. Use the link below to join up or visit www.patreon.com/TheHonestGamer, and if you fancy it, check out the optional paid tiers for even more greatness, like 5 weeks early access to One Piece, which as of this video goes up to part 68. It's free, it will be ad-free, check out my Patreon. He's still trying to painfully force out winks all the time. If he's doing what I think he is, that being having tracked down their ship and having his men protect it until Luffy and the others return to it, my boy is getting another win. Now that's interesting. It means his power is so great it can be felt a long distance away when he transports people. Dude just went and earned them another win, because I was right, thankfully. He is defending their ship like a legend. Whilst they're telling themselves, other than Kami, that the crew will be alright and they're strong, she's being a realist, also true to her personality. No matter what time of day it is, this place looks great from afar. Oh wow, in my mind it was straight up teleportation, but clearly that's not the case at all, and thus this is far more realistic too. Seeing this side to Luffy, one filled with pure panic really, nothing happy-go-lucky about how he's acting now, just worry and concern for his nakama. This moment just telling me that I'm guessing next to nothing stops the ability once it's started. Two things I hadn't even thought of. One, as he says, he could fall in the ocean, and two, going without food or water for 3 days would be insanely tough. Another example of just showing, as I said before, once it's going, it's not going to be stopped by things like this. I mentioned in the last video I was starting to get a real Hunter x Hunter vibe from these abilities, and seeing this landing with the paw print only made that feel stronger. This little bit of luck just got me chuckling, I must admit. I totally forgot about the card and how this should ideally help everyone to find one another. For context, he still doesn't know he's being chased. He's just rushing in the direction the paper is following. Luffy's solution to a wall being in his way is such a Luffy approach. How that was done. I would normally feel bad for the thing, but it did literally try and eat Luffy mere moments prior, to be fair. Very brief art style change. To my great surprise, she's the voice of the god character that Rudius talks to, and that helps him through his journey in jobless reincarnation. And she is Null Seeker from the Trails games. She's the one who often helps Lloyd from the military. But also not to forget, kawaii! It makes for an interesting start to his time on the island there, when they think he's a woman due to the mushrooms growing out of his face so much right now. Hi! Nice to hear what is very clearly Nami's voice actress again, but also a very quick kawaii. Honestly, some stunningly well done artwork on these buildings and statues. Okay, so a few wins here. 1, nice looking crowd shot right away. 2, very unique looking buildings, again. 3, this is clearly looking to be an island of women, I'm guessing. And so very much a case of hell yes for that from me. And right away, it's the other crowd shot win for how all these women actually look different to one another too. That lovely tree in the background. Bro, this arc might legit get the most wins of any, and purely for some stupid reason at this point. Believe it or not, this win is purely for the actually huge crowd shot. I still can't believe how many they'd do by hand back then. They think there's a mushroom between her legs. Made me laugh probably far harder than he ever thought it would. So good. She's pulling at the mushroom sack. And of course he's made of rubber. Oh my god. So dumb. This is the best freaking arc ever. Not only all the sights, but the pure, rich, high-calorie jokes being fed to me. It's also nice to hear the drunk mermaid's voice from Water 7 again, to be honest. Just gonna collectively give these two groups one. And of course, one for the actual reveal. Half the win is that I was right, it is women only, and seemingly most have never seen a man, bar the old lady, and the other half is again such a large panning shot of the crowd. 3 quick wins to start the episode. 1. Learning a bit of lore about how the island stays populated. 2. This amazing shot from the air of the place looking so good. And 3. The lore aspect mixed with the artwork was incredible here, I thought. This is even better for me, building these into the walls themselves. Look at that panning shot of the entire crowd though. Yet another panning shot, but this one done differently. You know, I love Spy Family, but they'd legit hand animate like 2 people in the crowd. The others were all CGI. Then I see this, and I'm always just blown away. I can very much agree with the narrator here. I can't help myself at this point. Using quite a few fresh attacks here, rather than recycling it. This little reveal about what awaits men who arrive on the island, although I think they'll be surprised at what Luffy can do if it comes to that. Couldn't quite show it, but one of them had taken his hat and I quite enjoyed watching him take it back. I won't show it just in case YouTube gets funny about it, but Luffy standing there explaining what's going on downstairs is hilarious. This could be the most stupid or like basic joke I've ever seen in an anime that is done so well, it's legit so funny as a result. Oh my word. Rotating shot. But also Luffy being really upset at how his clothes now look, but this one is for the change of clothing naturally. It was actually quite sick how when he became angry they immediately went into a combat-like mode and withdrew. That was unexpected and really cool to be fair, as it fit with what we've been told about them. I'm happy to see that once Luffy was told that they had saved his life, that he calmed right down, because in fairness to him, he woke up to all this. He didn't know what had happened. I also enjoyed seeing that not all the women are entirely on board, with her saying this, and the blonde earlier on, who had first saved him, also struggling a bit visibly with it. One of the most badass escapes I've seen, if only because he smashed the whole roof through. It's also great to see how useful his ability is when he's in a tightly packed town like this. Like, he can move really quickly and in different directions too. Lucky Luffy! This. Treasure payment plan is not something I ever thought I'd laugh at, but Luffy yelling it as he runs away with me is amazing to me. An epic dodge, and another wing coming at you. It got me thinking, I'm really glad Oda kept him strong here. There could always be the temptation to make things more difficult as the story goes on, but no, Luffy is very strong, and it shows. One of the largest crowd shots I've ever seen, and they'll probably only use it once. Such big kudos to the crew who worked on this episode, seriously. Glad he's not like Sanji and is happy to do this, but clever of him to take her away to speak to her. On a side note, I bet Sanji is going to be so jealous when he hears about this. Such a rough landing, even whilst doing that. But I suppose it's still far better than the alternative. You could argue he wants to get back to his crew, so he's skipping the explanation. I personally love the notion of him being lazy, so just says, okay, all men can just grow fat. Oh, two wins I just thought of here. Firstly, it's nice to see people entirely out of the loop. She has no idea what this is, and Luffy can explain a lot of things to her and the others if he wants. Secondly, it's because she stopped now thinking he has a virus, since he touched her whilst thanking her for keeping the paper, and she had a look like, oh, nothing happened just now. And actually a third win, it made me happy to see the paper is okay, because if you recall, Ace's was burning up, meaning his life was in danger at the time. Clearly, he's okay after his fight. Classic Oda to do the same joke again, but make it somehow just as funny as the first time. Doing a slight rotating shot when you really didn't need to. Just getting this first view of her as she returns to the island was sick. It's a variation of the same joke, but it's still so good. Luffy getting back his normal kind of style of clothing, but it's still different, and that's cool too. Aww, I really like that comment from him. I'll never be able to relax until I find my friends. I have no idea why he'd suddenly want to do this, but it's a very Luffy thing, and it's funny too. And this is even more Luffy, forgetting that he'll be needing a ship to leave. This very interesting piece of lore that explains firstly why Luffy will no doubt be here for a bit, but also why no one else has really ever come here for so long. Another unique looking ship, especially one that's being pulled by those two massive beasts. I love him, how he thinks this is a good idea. Credit to her for not thinking twice and diving in after him, bless her. That was nicely built on via the wins I gave during their conversation too, as she no longer thinks he is a threat, clearly. Her actually admitting this is what makes it quite the realistic reaction, I think, especially since she's lived her entire life here and likely fears what would come from those feelings.
回廊石を施したこの軍艦で気配を消してもこんなに長く停泊していてはさすがに視覚的に見つかってしまう
How it's explained away that in spite of being equipped with a sea prism stone, that their ship was still attacked. Clearly Oda always remembering stuff.
カームベルトのそれはまさに大物いや怪物
Oh my word, I thought that was a third ship when I first saw it. I didn't know it was pretty much the same size as one of their massive navy warships. The size of it though! Wow, who even is that dude? That was seriously badass!
腹の中から切ったのか
私は海洋類狩りをしに来たわけではない
I think it's quite cool how he doesn't answer the question, because it's not what he's here for.
今回の七部会強制招集は世界政府の厳令である断れば協定は決裂
The reveal that she is one of the warlords of the sea. So many crowd shots in this arc so far. Well, it's quite the introduction, that's for sure. A really, really good introduction, sullied by the kicking of the cat. Man, why you gotta do that? For context, he says they're horrible women, not like Nami, but then recalled all these times.
やべえ今度は外さないからね
Her bow!
そなたたちの船の積み荷も全て欲しい
Two wins here. Firstly, she's clearly built different to most, refusing to go along with the government's orders, and also demanding stuff from them, and wanting to keep her title. But also, she's Mei from Jujutsu Kaisen.
この1週間以内に白ひげは必ず動く
The actual reveal of Ace's upcoming execution, but also them knowing that Whitebeard is going to come for him. My god, I cannot wait for that eventual showdown.
我々海軍本部とて大将3名を筆頭に全戦力を傾け
That right there is the most shocking part of all of this. They're gonna be turning up with not one, not two, but 3 admirals! We saw what Golden Light Boy did. Oh my word, imagine 2 more!
体が石になり全滅してしまった
She continues to be very interesting, now threatening the entire ship as she wants to keep the title, but also not help the world government. The best keeps on getting better.
姉様の性格は最悪よ。だけど全て許され。
Elena Claire from the newest Trails games again. She was last seen as the young girl with the drunk mermaid.
許される理由がある
Shockingly, Miluki Zoldyck from Hunter x Hunter.
そうよわらわが美しいから美しいから
Nope, you kicked a kitten. Maybe cute, but a kitten kicker first, scum. Take your win, but you don't deserve it, KK. Getting to see her ability at play, but I think I can see a glaring flaw in it. That being, if you don't fall in love with her, I'm guessing.
さすがは海軍本部中将なるほど
That's a very clever technique from a very clever man, and I agree with her. It's what you'd expect from a vice admiral.
1と0は違う
Might be one of the most sick replies in One Piece. Her basically saying, you're on your own now, and him saying this.
2日後に再び現れぬ場合協定決裂だ
Genuinely glad that A, this guy is still alive, and B, he's standing firm here. How lame would it be if off screen he was suddenly stoned, or just taken out, or fell in love suddenly? So good! For me, just the perfect song to mix with those visuals, I think. The snakes! A crowd shot so damn good it's getting max wins. When I thought about the static but huge background crowd, then the animated front one, and finally them moving through the middle, I knew it needed it. 2 more lore aspects as we see an incredible haul being organised from the pirate ship and the monkey carriage. I'm guessing just for her, but who knows.
ヘビ姫様に見ていただきたくて作りました。
This was no great shock after the KK incident, but it was still sad, especially once they added the lovely music to the initial scene.
ジャングルに大層凶暴な猿が現れまして。
I like how she isn't technically lying here. This is what I meant earlier on by it being so cool to see Luffy doing this. At the time, it was in a packed city, but now he's also showing it off in the jungle. My god, he got lucky there after they shot an arrow at him.
拍手を
Stupid woman and a stupid snake.
つまみ出せ。
待てヘビ姫
Learning that clearly there are tensions among the women.
でも
わらは怖い。
I did not expect that response from either of them, to be fair. 2 more quick wins. 1, seeing the island on a map gave me an understanding of the Calm Belt. And 2, I hadn't thought of this. Originally protected by the Calm Belt, the Navy have now overcome that hurdle using tech.
出たによ
She hated her doing that. I thought it was really funny.
美しいから。
出たわ。ヘビ姫様の人を見下しすぎのポーズ。
I had seriously wondered what this was about, and the reveal was better than I ever hoped it could be. An extreme version of looking down your nose at someone.
にょ
Between the KK, the PTCAO, the pushing the children's art over, and now this incident, it tells me why she has the mantle of warlord. She's pretty horrible. Emphasis on the pretty.
ご老体になんてこと。
That was funny, but the bulk of the win was actually for the beautiful looking city scenery shot in the background. Oh, girl has some life left in her, yeah. Interesting too, to note that she was the previous leader from 3 generations back.
準備をし城の者たちが来るから店が混むよ
Too long to show, but the lore was amazing here, I thought. Like this inn becoming packed because all of the guards leave the castle when she bathes. We saw tons of the city too.
取ってしまったの。
Whether it's true or not, I enjoyed seeing what was a nice piece of animation on her attack, to be honest. We got a bathing scene, but for YouTube we get Luffy being dragged by a fish. Only Luffy would run up a giant wall in the hopes that he could outrun some snakes biting him.
そうだ船に乗っけてもらうのが一番いいな
Just wanted to point this out, these last couple episodes, I've had a real vibe of the Baron One Piece movie, like that style of doing the animation, and I do like it. Another, quite frankly, amazing view of the city. The best continues its getting betterness by Luffy crashing through to where Hancock is taking a bath. Just wanted to share that. The voice actress is so funny like that.
男。
How come it's so good though?
俺どっかで
That is interesting. A little mystery source added to the story as Luffy gets a look at something on her back, and she really doesn't want him seeing it. Let's go! Great way of showing how she's keeping her front to him and not showing her back.
そなたが見た背中のこれは、わらわたちがたとえ死んでも見られたくないものじゃ。
Oh my goodness, the only thing that could have made this arc any better is this mystery, I think. I really want to know what's on their backs now. Oda got me gripped.
メロメロメロ。
That is amazing. Isn't that what Foxy used? Meaning Luffy misunderstood and thought she was using the same attack? I love that if so. I wrote all that, and had I waited 1.2 seconds, I'd have gotten my answer. But point being, I was right, and that's very clever. There's something so damn funny about Luffy thinking he's being affected and made to go slow when nothing has happened. Oh, and take another, because as I just said, nothing has happened. I had a feeling Luffy wouldn't be affected, to be honest. He's always been more focused on the adventure than, like, Sanji has. That is a joke that is so good, it's scoring max wins. He looked so confused. She used it again. He felt like he was slowing down maybe, but nothing. He's so confused.
Huh?
Don't even care. One more, please.
Pistol kiss!
One, showing us another use of her abilities, as is to be expected of Oda-sensei.
なんだ羽がいらねえ鉛玉じゃねえのか
Two, the bullets don't bounce off like normal.
大地弱そうだしバカな男
For some reason, this woman's stupid laugh really set me off. I'm absolutely, wait for it, loving seeing these people struggle to handle Luffy and his ability.
高え建物にいると思ったんだけどな
Another view of the city, so good looking, I had to show it first and then talk over it.
なんだまたあいつらか
Oh, I'm so in love with how they're doing this arc and this area animation-wise. I have so much appreciation for the unique looking shots they keep on doing like this. Exactly what I meant by win number 12-97. This old lady being way tougher than expected all of a sudden. After seeing the ladies chase him and fail for a couple episodes, this was genuinely shocking. That damage animation looking real good.
しまったクジャ海賊団が
It's a small win, but I liked how there was almost factions formed here. The ones who wanted to take him out as soon as possible, and these who are now tasked with capturing him. Add some depth, you know? Arena and connected buildings aerial shot.
なんだこの国本当に男が一人もいねえんだな
I scanned for a little while there and legit couldn't see a single repeated character in the background.
何の目的でどうやってこの島へ入った
That's a heck of a shot, really. See, in the past, I think Oda would have made her ally with Luffy right off the bat near enough. Instead, she saved him, then went after him, then saved him, then went after him, and now is worried again. Point being, she's showing complex emotions and thought processes given her position here. It's not black and white.
この者はおそらく嘘を言えるような人間ではありませんマーガレットヘビ姫様この者の言っていることは全て本心
And then the prior win ends up culminating in this happening. I like it.
メロメロメロ
I knew it was coming after the KK, PTCAO, and the TTOLOOTW, the throwing the old lady out the window incident, and now this happens!
どうしたんだよ石になってるなんで
It's actually really sweet that Luffy crawled over to them in concern.
処刑後は人の骨一本も残らぬ
あいつらどうなんだよ元に戻るのか
That's what I like about Luffy, showing zero fear and also still ignoring what's happening in order to show concern for those ladies. Max wins for the amazing punch, the slow motion effect, their shock and awe, all three boas, and everyone watching, and for the impact and a pissed off Luffy. Well deserved.
仲間が石に変えられてんのになんでおめえらヘラヘラ笑ってんだよ
Ah, I love seeing him like this. He's genuinely really annoyed, and likely more so because this short time apart from his nakama has likely caused him quite some pain and worry. For perhaps one of the final times, another one for yet another crowd shot from yet another angle, and all done by hand. Someone or some people must have worked so hard on these.
そうであろう。
お前ムカつくな。
Luffy got the max wins again, and purely for that dark-looking, angry as hell comment. He's amazing! That set piece alone should get one, really.
マリーゴールド・サンダーソニア、あの男の首を取るのじゃ。
はい、任せて姉様。
Luffy heading into another fight right now, and I'm losing it. The bestestness keeps getting bettered. You know the drill. You run into the to be continued in such a cool way, or badass, or cliffhanger, or whatever, you score one more. A beautiful rotating shot. That is amazing because, first of all, I had worried about them being in the way, and secondly, I had wondered if Luffy would do this exact thing, and then he did it. Him having a one-sided but nice conversation with them too, saying Chopper could have done an exam on them if he were here, and pondered if, like when Robin was frozen, if they'll come out of it. Just imagine, they did the same crowd waiting, same crowd angry, same crowd chanting, and now again, this time shocked. Thought that was a clever addition by Oda to show why Luffy wouldn't be able to easily escape from here, likely plugging up a plot hole. A very good start to the battle with fresh animations where nothing is repeated and Luffy is on the back foot due to her speed and strength, rather than him kicking ass right away. I friggin' love the animation like that! And Color be extremely shocked that it did her no harm. Whilst I'm here, have another for him going on the attack when he noticed the poison was getting close to the Stone Girls, so he likely wanted to stop her spitting. I think we're really starting to learn that using Haki could become really important in the near future if they're going to keep up with the best of the rest of the world.
それは内緒。たとえここで命を散らす相手にも。
Finding out that they're lying to the women of the island too, claiming to be cursed when that's not the case.
左足の蹴り。
Impressive that clever Oda didn't make it literally useful for just hard attacks or attacking without making contact, such as here. What a brutal place for the interruption! How Luffy managed to stop himself! I dislike her, but those over-the-top reactions to hearing things like this are amazing to me. I can't help but laugh.
二度と聞けないように。
Clearly talking down her nose to him, but it looks so funny. Really not looking good for Luffy, but the main win is for him getting so angry when they picked up the stone statue and started tossing it back and forth. He really does care. How a lot more of the women have now grown disillusioned with what is happening when the lives of their fellow women are being used to hurt Luffy at his end. I don't know what that was, but it was important to the story, no doubt. It was a very powerful moment, and it had some cracking good voice acting too, so it's getting max wins. Haven't winned it in ages, but I just thought with the crowd, Luffy, those two, the Stone Girls and her up there, it's really good how all these positions were remembered. Also, I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm probably wrong, but is this possibly what Shanks radiated that KO'd some of Whitebeard's crew a while back? just over here in a state of near shock because I'm watching them suddenly put him down carefully, then placing her back down carefully, and I'm like, what is going on?
ああよかった。どこも傷ついてねえな。
He's being such a sweetheart towards her.
今の覇王色の覇気。
Ah, so he was able to use Haki for the first time, and you know me, put that music over anything half cool and it's a win.
わらわと同じ覇王色を。
Also though, how there's more to it than just a new ability. It seems rare for one, but also it has lore to go along with it.
続けようぜ。決闘。
Such a cool ending too, get out of here. I'm off to tackle Spy Family Season 2's second half, and then I'm back for part 64, baby! See you soon! Chrono, the Swedish Muggle, Marcelus the Roman, Nexus 47, AdmiralNugget, Moody Blues, Kody Tiffany, Timothy Wilcox, Curtis Daniels Jr., Tomo Sandy, Henrik Jessen, Tide Wes, David Freriks, OliveWharf, FuriousMoe, SaltLover, Jokerims, Rimuru, GamerLudwig, Onyx Calif, Donald Newburn, Robert Jackson, Sakomi Arorim, Starkip, Kai Wolfspring, Dante's Face, Mihran Ardjian, Kody Niemeier, Snowy, Sarcastic Truth, Hitter the Wicked, Will Sass, Thrasher 340, Owen Halloran, Extinct Hero, Alexander Schwartz, Dante Sol, Drake's Daughter, Rudies, Dragon Boy 1, Iso, Cameron, Mode of Rim, Tiger Lily Warrior, Knuckle Duster, Otter Abodanisi, Christian Tarassa, Matthew Barr, Ruby Rose, Commander Cyrus, Cloud Garden, Luis Minito, Brian Bayot, Mini Masher, Garrett Vermish, Ryan DeVeries, Dragon Defender, Natsu Dragneel, A Joker XD, Willy Man, Laxor, TRS, Liam Gogati, Kai158, Mr. Firecool, Wacky Normal, Science 44, Lionel Schultz, Kevin Elston, Nozomi, Nick Monaco, Marvin, Satakayari, Devikel, Christopher Willis, Laxus, Michael Lewis, Lazy Joe Beard, CD Mad Gamer, Cecilia, Nick Wyndham, Nuvagown, Guru, Cedric, Kevin 102, Sean, Darth Weirdo, Dragonstorm 35, Cumfroik, Kelnock, Marquez, Q-Flash, Brainless Ben, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Your Edvardson, Kepan, Kyle Jones, Peter Milligan, John, The Element Taylor Wars, Amadillo, Nick Pell, Orkeeper, The Epic Commander, Jason Davies, Likely Winter, Matthew Blancett, Oscar I. Lopez, Juffer6263, Storm 970, Isel Caldera, Kevin Nauta, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Dan, Ali 50, Bird Without a Word, Chris Harris, 9028, Headshot Hunter, Brandon Creer.